Tell me, any of you guys need like longer days and to be able to be functional and healthy on 4.5 hours of sleep, a personal assistant, and maybe a personal chef tossed in there as well? Is it just me? Hi, I'm Amy and I make things. And in today's video, I am making an adjustment to my perception of time. Hang around, let's see what happens. Hi guys, first things first. You know what that is? That is an empty blue scrap bin. I cut up all the blue scraps. I gave away what I knew I wouldn't use, and now I will be making blue quilts, blue donation quilts in perpetuity. Yay! But seriously, that feels so good. So, there's that. UFO Showdown Round 4. It's slow going, guys. Steady wins the race, though, right? So the steady part is what I am focusing on. And man, it is trying my patience. Usually, I am really good at my perception of time and how much I can get done in a certain amount of that time. But sometimes my body and the chronic pain rebel against me, and I have to reset and regroup and figure out new ways to do things and things that I can do when I can't be active in the sewing room. Also, I've been working on a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so it's not things that I have to show, but I will show what I do have. What I do have is a finished hand applique string piece background quilt top. Now I don't have my sliding quilt display with me today because I have a quilt in the background that I wanted to show and there's just not a lot of room back there. So you'll have to bear with me as I hold it up and show you. We'll get a sliding quilt demo when it's all finished. But here it is all together and I love it so much. Guys, it is so pretty. It's bright and colorful and loud. It started with a layer cake. A purchased from a collection layer cake from, I should have this information. I'll put it down below. But it's from the gal who, Maureen McCormick. There's her name, Maureen McCormick, who played Marcia in the new Brady Bunch series. New. It's not new. It was probably 15 years ago. But in the most recent Brady Bunch movies, Maureen McCormick was Marcia. She has these great fabric lines that are, you know, they hit my childhood heart from the 70s and they're very groovy. So I started there, and that's what the hearts, most of the hearts are. Some of them are solids, and those came out of the scrap boxes from Corinne Sovey, round 1 of the scrap boxes from Corinne. This past round was round 3. The background blocks are mostly string pieced with occasional solids and a very few prints thrown in just for sparkle and just for fun. I take a stay stitch about 1/8 of an inch in from the edge of the quilt. And that keeps all those little seams from popping open when we put it on the long arm or when you're manipulating it to quilt it on your domestic. It just helps keep it all together. My friend Pam calls it the victory lap, and I love that so much. So I take a victory lap on most everything I do unless it's got just straight fabric borders. I had 9 little blocks left over. So I put them together and I don't know, I'll do something with this. Probably make a pillow cover. And I did. Here, I'll get it up close. Focus. There it is. You can see that victory lap around the edge of the pillow cover as well. And it just keeps all those little seams together and helps maintain the integrity of the piece. I have a list. I always have a list. Heart applique top. Cut all the blue scraps. Oh, I pressed the red and low volume white half square, teeny tiny flip and sew half square triangles. and those are ready and waiting to be trimmed. When I'm ready for them, they're ready for me. I entered my Austin Area Quilt Guild's UFO Challenge because I figure if I'm finishing up my UFOs already, why not go ahead and get some credit in the guild for it as well. Like I said, there's been a lot of behind the scenes sewing this week. Sewing for the scrap video that will come out later this week. That will probably come out Thursday or Friday, but it's not quite there yet. The quilt behind me is Easy Street. It's Bonnie Hunter's 2012 mystery quilt. And I had a lot of fun putting it together and playing along, keeping up with the clues and the community. And I did all the steps in all the order and got all my blocks together. And then I put it in a drawer. I don't know, the timing just wasn't right, I guess. I finished it in 2016, guys. That was 4 years later. Anyone who is on the fence about the mystery quilt because you don't have the time to do it right now, you can't keep up with the clues as they're released, don't let the timeline be pressure for you. If you want to play along, download the patterns and play along at your own pace. Like I said, this one was completed 4 years after I began. It'll keep. It's not going to spoil. It's just fabric. And it's fun. Bonnie Hunter commented on my video about the mystery quilt. Guys, I feel like a rock star. Bonnie Hunter commented on my video. No, she's a personal hero of mine, but she's also just a great lady. Bonnie wanted me to remind you and to remind me that because this is a mystery, if you are sewing along, and while I am sewing along, I will not be giving any of the unit sizes or the quantity of units. I will direct all traffic to Bonnie's site, to the source. This is important for a few reasons. Number one, Bonnie did all the work and deserves absolutely all the credit. Now, those are my words, not hers. She did all the work and absolutely deserves all the credit. We don't want to spoil the mystery for anyone who's playing along. You know, we don't want somebody to pop on and watch my video because they're excited to see what I'm doing, and they haven't gone to Bonnie's site yet because they haven't had time to sit down and do it. And here I am blurting out all the, spilling the beans, if you will, which I won't do. I wouldn't have done anyway, but I'm really glad Bonnie mentioned it so that I can let you guys know why. And maybe one of the most important reasons that you should always go directly to the source is because I may get stuff wrong, or someone out there on the internet may get stuff wrong. So if step one, which I don't know what it is yet, but if step one is, you know, make 11 billion X inch 4 patches, and I tell you, make 11 billion X and a half inch 4 patches, well, then now we both have a problem. So always, always go to Bonnie's site. Everything is linked down below. It was really interesting to me how many of you had not heard of the Bonnie Hunter Mystery Quilt. But it was a lot of fun to hear people say, oh, I've never heard of it. I'm going to go check it out. It was equally fun to hear from all of you who this is your 4th, 5th, 9th mystery quilt and you love mystery quilt season. It's really going to be fun to sew along with this and to hear what you guys are doing and how you're enjoying it as we go through the process. So that's it for this week, guys. I feel like I have worked my backside off all week and I don't have anything to show for it. Well, I mean, I do, but I can't tell you. I have 2 quilts here in my backdrop. 2 quilts for the Austin Area Guild's Baby Charity Drive. I pick them up and I bind them because I can sit and hand bind them when I can't do other things. So I have 2 down and 1 to go on those. And you see that bin back there, that overflowing bin. That's my next hurdle, the neutrals. I decided to keep going with the hardest things instead of just doing the purples because that's more fun. Nope, keep going with the hard things first, get them out of the way, see how much progress we can make on these. I'm doing a lot of work and pre-filming for Quiltmas. Every day in December, you can tune in and see my smiling face. And I'll spill a little tea about those videos. There will be a sewing room tour, and there will also be a giveaway toward the end of the month. And I'm thinking about doing an Ask Me Anything. I don't know. It seems scary, but I'm thinking about it. On November 25th, I'm going to be live on Donnell's channel Her channel is Donnell Stitchery. Everything, of course, will be linked below. I'll be live with her at 11 Eastern. I'll be sewing on the Bonnie Hunter Mystery Quilt. I don't know what Donnell will be working on, but we're just going to hang out and chat. Come over there and join the live chat. I wanted to mention this book. I got it from my public library, and I will probably purchase it for myself at some point. But this is a fantastic book. The Big Book of Favorite Scrap Quilts. It's all different designers, all different styles, all different genres and sizes, and it's fantastic. I love it. When I sit down with a book, I will make a list of quilts that I might be interested in. You know, just to get a feel for if a book, because, you know, books are 20 or 30 bucks. That's kind of an investment. And if you only like one quilt in it, you paid $30 for that pattern or that idea. But this one, what I love is that it's full of, and I'm not going to show the details, but it's full of just scrappy quilts, but so much of what I love, so much that is adaptable or flexible, easy to change, easy to fit what you have in your own stash. So I wanted to recommend it. I love it. I'll link it down below, and I think that's it. I think I've said all I have to say and shown all I can show. Tell me in the comments below what your favorite Thanksgiving food is. My favorite Thanksgiving food is dressing. Dressing, not stuffing, dressing baked in the casserole with gravy. Oh my goodness, that's my favorite. Tell me down below what's your favorite. Let's talk about it, chat about it, make everybody hungry. And while you're down there, click all the buttons, like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, all the things. Guys, I appreciate you so much. And I'm having a great time getting to know you and talking to you and learning about your traditions and your families and your quilting. And I'm really glad you're here. So don't forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.